Champions League, tick. Premier League, targeted. Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back. Welcome on into Football Therapy with me, host Jan. How you lot doing? I hope you're well. I really do hope that. Namaste. Welcome back to a Chelsea news video of sorts. Well, at least I want to take you through an Athletic article written by Simon Johnson talking about Thomas Tuchel's approach to next season and speculating on whether Chelsea can actually challenge for the Premier League title. Ooh! Warning, I'm very, very tired this morning for some reason, so I might mumble my words more than usual. Oh, I'm sorry. Do consider subscribing to Football Therapy if you're new to this channel and you want daily content you enjoy, hopefully. Drop a like. Also, do consider going to look at my other channel, Football Yannick. Daily content on there, of course. I'm going to be plugging it here until I reach that beautiful 10k subscriber mark, which we're nearing, so do consider going to subscribe. You, viewer, would probably enjoy the content anyway. Link is in the description or in the card above me. Alright then, I think that's the admin out of the way. Settle in, get comfortable, and pour yourself a drink, man. Let's get into today's content. Right then, so like I said, I'm going to be walking you through an article written by Simon Johnson of The Athletic. I am not sponsored by The Athletic, but I'd urge you to go check them out. The link to this article is in the description, and I feel it's my duty to push you over there, seeing as this article is behind a paywall. So first of all, just some context, this article is letting you know what Tuchel said in relation to the fixtures coming up, how he's approaching the upcoming season, talking about approaching or trying to challenge for the title. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it in between and probably end the video speculating on whether Chelsea have what they need to challenge Man City, Guardiola's Manchester City, maybe with or without Harry Kane. A frightening prospect, but still, it's like they're like a sort of demon overlord and they're running English football and someone needs to try and stop them. And it could be little old humble Chelsea. Yeah, we can't wear that badge. Anyway, let's start reading the article and see what's going on. I'm pleased that in my first pre-season with Chelsea contained such high-level fixtures against top-quality opponents. This was Thomas Tuchel's reaction after the European champions confirmed they had set up 2 friendlies in early August against London rivals Arsenal and Tottenham. What? Arsenal and Tottenham pre-season friendlies, yes please. Usually we're playing like Shamrock Rovers in Ireland or, you know, whatever, some lower league opposition to just sort of tour around the players and play some academy kids. Arsenal and Tottenham in pre-season, that is lovely. The rest of their pre-season schedule is still being worked on, but no matter who Chelsea face in their other warm-up games before kicking off their 2021-22 Premier League season, at home to Crystal Palace on August the 14th, the players had better be prepared for a testing and a draining period under Tuchel's watch. This, of course, isn't unusual. Managers at all levels see that month where they get to work with the squad members before a season begins as crucial to their plans and chances of success over the 9 or 10 months that follow. Yeah, because Tuchel's such a sort of elite super coach, you'd think maybe his intensity would be really high. Apparently Frank Lampard's pre-season was grueling, because even if, you know, Lampard was tactically underdeveloped in many ways, one thing he knew from his playing days is incredibly hard pre-season, train really, really hard, and all the players hated it. It's not just used as a means to getting people match fit, but as an opportunity to improve patterns of play and perhaps test out new systems or formations. In Tuchel's case, he is considering whether to switch from a back 3 to a back 4-man defence. He didn't get the chance to try out many things after taking over in January, the intense fixture list of a pandemic condensed season being a major reason why. Ooh, new formation? Exciting. Maybe. I mean, we've been looking at Hakimi, which would say just keep him back 3. But it's good to know he's thinking about it and training an alternative. There is always a fine balance to strike at this stage of the football calendar between how hard you push the players in training and how much energy you want to exert in the friendlies. Anyone who's attended one of the latter will have noticed they're often played at a lower tempo and can be quite a dull watch. Actually, I've never actually attended a pre-season friendly, but I've watched them, and yeah, they can be boring. But it's understood Tuchel is putting even greater onus on the warm-up matches this summer due to a very difficult set of games Chelsea are facing from the get-go once results start to matter again. For starters, they play the Europa League winners Villarreal, for the UEFA Super Cup in Belfast on August the 11th, 3 days before the Premier League challenge gets away under Palace. The following 5 contests in the top division would make any coach break a sweat. There are trips to Arsenal, Liverpool and Spurs, while ambitious Aston Villa and champions Manchester City are coming to Stamford Bridge. Yeah, we all know the start's ridiculous. I did a video on the awful opening fixtures. Hopefully Tuchel feels comfortable with it, because I certainly don't. September will also see their first 2 Champions League group matches and, based on the schedule of previous normal seasons, a Carabao Cup tie. Chelsea's head coach will be expecting and demanding a lot from his men when they report back. As one source told The Athletic, quote, Tuchel isn't going to take it easy on the squad during pre-season. He wants to make sure they are flying from the start of the season, so they are ready from the outset. It's a really tough start. Chelsea can't afford to be slow out the blocks. Yeah, this is really positive. Fortunately, Chelsea have a big squad, so maybe he can train the whole squad and be like, look, you there, person who doesn't play much, you might need to play. Be good in pre-season, be good in the season. This is why Tuchel sounds so enthusiastic about facing Arsenal and Tottenham just before it begins. Rather than weaker, less fashionable opposition, he wants the tougher tests. As he added, quote, derby matches against Arsenal and Tottenham cannot fail to have a competitive edge, which is what the team needs as we prepare for the season. Cool, that's about half the article. I'd urge you guys to go check it out for the rest, but he talks about how Chelsea have had a ridiculous amount of players at the European Championships, and Thiago Silva's offering the Copa America and stuff like that. So it's pretty. The players are off knackering themselves. They're going to have a very, very little rest, and they're going to come back to a gruelingly difficult. Gruelingly, is that a word? Difficult pre-season before we start a campaign where Thomas Tuchel will be hoping to challenge for the Premier League title. So let's talk about that for a moment. Since Tuchel came in, I believe he accumulated the second most amount of points behind Manchester City. It's not like one of those things like he comes in and he's just as good, so we managed to get up to 4th. He was still I think 10 points off Man City or something, maybe even a bit more. Guarantee what that is, so you might have to go and check. But generally, he was really good. He was the second best. And considering he was dropped in the middle of the season and, didn't get a chance to properly coach the players, you'd imagine if he was dropped in now and still only had half the season, he might be neck and neck, and that's with the players not being coached under him. I don't know why I'm doing these weird theoreticals. Point being, with very little time, he's done a lot and he's performed very well. With a pre-season, I think he can lock down these players to a really tight ideology, philosophy. And the massive problem is creativity in the final third, that killer ball, that final combination, the cut back to the open goal, and the finishing. Obviously that comes down to confidence largely with players, something that Thomas Tuchel can't affect. Systemically, Chelsea should be better, and I like the fact how this article references a different formation. I think we need to have one in the locker. Just two, mainly the back three, but a back four with an extra attacker on the pitch. I think that's important. I think he needs to have that in his locker so that when Chelsea are going behind and the opposition have trained so hard to play against Tuchel's back three that they can go, bam, back four. Now this player that you were picking up in a back three that you've been preparing for a week, he's over there suddenly in a different formation. That's important. To me, that's important. You need that tactical different option, essentially. Klopp uses it sometimes. Pep Guardiola certainly uses it, changing shapes in games. Tuchel needs to do it as well. Yes, his back three system is superb. It's defensively resolute and it can score goals, but I feel like he does need to coach this back four system just to switch up against opposition that will feel less comfortable playing against it after preparing, like I said, for a back three. And of course, the big banging question is Chelsea going to sign this new striker? Maybe, maybe not. They're going to go all out for Erling Haaland. Of course, that's the story that I'm following here on Football Therapy. Make sure your bell notifications icon is turned on to get updated as soon as new stories come out regarding them. But Kai Havertz playing as a striker, more coaching, another year older, he's still a young guy, he's scoring goals for Germany, 2 goals, 2 assists in 3 games. That's a kind of return that, is fine in the Premier League to play as a striker, really it is. So maybe Tuchel continues with this team. He already said, before in a press conference, I believe, that he'd be absolutely happy to carry on with the squad. Now, I don't think for a minute we're not going to make any signings. I think Chelsea absolutely will make signings. But whether we get that blockbuster £150 million striker or not, I can't say. But without, I think maybe Chelsea can still challenge for the Premier League title and to try and bring down Manchester City without a striker. Although, if Chelsea don't, say, get Haaland or a striker and Man City get Harry Kane, it's going to be very difficult before it's even started. But it's pointless being negative, and anything can happen in the Premier League, as we've seen before. So let me know what you guys think. It's really interesting that Chelsea have these two pre-season games against Arsenal and Tottenham. I think that's really exciting. And yeah, I'm really excited that we might change a new formation. So let me know what you think. Comment down below. I'll be keen to read your thoughts, feelings and opinions. I'm so tired, man, so I'll probably end it here. Enjoy the football. I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.